Okay, welcome back everyone. This was where we stopped in our previous training lecture. So you might be wondering how come about this new image. I decided to replace the image by calling a new image called waterfall.jpg. That's it here. I removed the previous one that was 6.jpg. That's why you see the image is different. If I should expand this, that's the image, right? Alright, so one more thing you can do, one more thing you can actually add to this image is to I'll go over to my CSS, is to add what is called background repeat. Background repeat. If I hit save, it's a background repeat, and I said repeat. I save, and I refresh. If I should expand this, okay, probably if I have more work, let's say the work goes under now, you should have seen the effect of what I'm trying to do. Okay, so just to keep it cool and fast, just know that the background repeat should be what? Should be no repeat. Alright, no repeat. While the background cover, we also have background cover. Sorry, background size, not background cover. Background size should be what? Cover. You have background size to be cover, right? Refresh. Good. Now before this, okay, you notice that before, let me comment this cover again and just what will happen. If you comment this out and I refresh, you see now that we're not actually seeing the full image. If I should expand this now, if I should open the full image, let me show us the full image. Okay, while it's loading. Now this is not the full image. It's not actually displaying the full image, but with this background repeat cover, you are saying okay, display the full image. You see what we currently have now, the image size stops here now. If I should refresh, you can see that you can see now that the image is becoming much more, full and stuff like that. Okay, it's not displaying. Let me just close it and let's continue. Okay, so hope you're getting it. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about is a div. Sorry, I don't want the time to, I'm kind of checking the time so that close. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the div, right? So for me to infect all these divs, I can just come over here and I call the selected tag, which is div. I can just say div, right? My curly brace. I want to add the color. Don't forget, we are still keeping things cool. By the time very soon we'll start dealing with nice stuff. I refresh. If you check now, these are all my divs. Okay, to make it crystal clear, let me make it red, right? Remember that this is our H2, right? This is our H2. While this also is our H2, this is another H2, remember, which is this H2 here and this other H2 here. Obviously, if I want to add infect to that, I call my H2. Let's say I say color, let me say orange. I save, I refresh. Can you see this now? Now if you notice now, as soon as we call H2, the color is being applied to all the tags that are carrying H2 element. Let's say now I want to make this header orange and I want to make this blue, but they are both H2. How can I do that? Since they are both H2 and whatever I define here, that is what will be applied here. that is when ID and the class come into play. In our next clip, we are going to be talking about the IDs and the class for proper understanding. Hope you're getting it. Alright, so the reason why I added this table is to explain something to us. Okay, don't forget we have a table here. This is a table. If I want to add color to this whole table now, what I do is to call table. My curly brace. Someone will be saying, why are we just using colors? Is only colors we can actually do? No, we can do a lot of stuff. Don't forget, we are still keeping things in school. I just want you to get familiarized to some of these stuffs, so that by the time we are doing real cool stuff, you understand what I'm trying to do. Now you can see that. Okay, this, now we have the table and the color to be green. You can see that all the texts are green. But let's say I want to make this last table row to be black. How do I do that now? Okay, not this even. Let's say I want to make the whole of the table header to be black. How do I do that? We have, don't forget, inside the table we have the table head, right? So you can actually call a table. Now you telling CSS, okay, give me this selected tag called table, and inside this table we have a T head. You can give a space as a T head. What you are saying now is what? Inside the table there is another thing called T head. Whatever changes I want to apply now, it should not be applied to the whole of the table. It should be applied to this inner element called T head. I don't know if you are trying to get what I'm trying to communicate across. So I have this now. Let me see color now. I see color. I see black. Color black. I save. Then I refresh. I see the color next. It's not black. So you are saying inside the table next to this head. Not everything. I don't know if you are getting it at all. Good. I hope you are getting it. So the last thing that I want to talk about before, okay, the last thing that I want to talk about now is a span. Remember we added a span here. Okay, when we're talking about this, we did a span, and this span is actually inside this div. So what do? Let's say now we want to infect this inside span, which is this. We need another color to be here instead of this general red color. What do? That is why we now call this keyword span. I don't know if you're getting it. So I can just say, okay, just say span as a selected tag, span, right? Let me give it the color. Don't worry, we're still using color. Yes, let me give it the color. Color blue. I don't really like blue, but let me just blue. I refresh. You can see now that our inside span is now having the color blue. Hope you understand what I'm trying to do. Alright, so that's all for this. In our next clip, we are going to be talking about classes and IDs. Then in our next two clips, we are going to be designing this. Yes, I did this back then in school. So they gave us a mini project and I did this. So we are going to be doing this. Don't worry, already have an account, but you can also sign in. Can you see? So with your enter your name and password, blah blah blah, sign up. And if you notice now, if I should hover the button, you see the effect, it's an effect of the text also. So in our next two clips, we're going to be talking about this, and in the next clip we'll be looking at classes and IDs. Thank you.